All right. So we got the siblings. That's good. It looks like finding the Roottrees grandparents is going to be hard. Carl Roottrees died in recent plane crash, along with his wife, Brenda Roottrees, and their daughters, the Roottrees sisters. He was president of the Roottrees Candy Company, as well as a clothing company, Root, which he co-founded with his wife. All right. Parents. And co-founder, and Root co-founded Root with Brenda. Having heard we mourn the loss of Carl, Brenda, the Roottrees sisters, and other employees that perished in this terrible tragedy. The entire Roottrees family is in shock and requesting privacy at this time. As the head of the company, Carl was an incredible man with an unmatched leader. Feeling his absence will be difficult and may take considerable time. In the interim, we hope that you join us looking back. Hiccup. Sorry. In the interim, we hope you join us in looking back fondly on Carl and his family's triumphs and accomplishments. They go on to list some of those accomplishments. One of them seems relevant to your search. Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned the highly prestigious Watchman of the Year title. Oh, Angelo. This music is so good. Business Watch magazine focused on company CEOs and the economy. All right. From Business Watch magazine, 100+ year. $100+ in the business industry magazine that focuses on companies and CEOs and the economy. Bestows Watchman of the Year on CEOs that further the field. Elias Roottree and Carl Roottrie. 2 Roottrees have won, Elias and Carl. Okay. So we know his great-grandfather, right? His great-grandfather is Elias Roottree. I'm going to double check that. Individual articles and issues for your periodical search. Okay, hold on. Elias Roottree. Founder and first president. Okay. Elias. First president of alright. First president of Roottrees Candy Company. Married to Gwyneth. Invented 5 Pieces, a popular maple candy. Maple farmer. Inherited farm from his wife's family. After 5 Pieces became oddly successful, Elias spent his time and energy on cementing his reputation as a family man. Blood is thicker than syrup. Any child linked by blood to me shall be linked by blood to my legacy. Blood is thicker than syrup. Any child linked by blood to me shall be linked by blood to my legacy. Super ominous. super ominous stuff to say. Some farmer comes up to you and says, blood is thicker than syrup. Any child linked to me by blood will be linked by blood to my legacy. What do you do? Family Man, the Roottrie Legacy by Bess Williams. To say they are biased is a massive understatement. Below that, there's a long list of accomplishments and awards. One stands out like his great-grandson, Carl. Elias was voted Watchman of the Year. Yes. Watchman of the Year. Great-grandfather to Carl. Okay. All right, we've got a ton of info now. So, Carl's dad, grandfather. So this is going to be the great-grandfather, right? Shit. Yeah, I don't have any of those. Gwyneth. Okay. Gwyneth. Damn it, there's two of them. So this will be Elias. And this will be President first. And then I assume this will be President second. Guys, I think this is going to be harder than I thought. I think this is going to be a little bit tougher than I thought. Let's see. So he is a president of some kind. President, grandfather, great-grandfather. Okay, Elias, Gwyneth. And he founded in 1908. Good to know, fam. I guess we'll look up Gwyneth Roottrie. First Anderson Maplesham. Her last name was Anderson. All right. Oop. Maple Farm. Picture of Elias and Gwyneth. Before marrying Elias, Gwyneth Roottrie was Gwyneth Anderson. Blah, blah, I can't speak. She had no brothers, so as the oldest sister of the Anderson family, no brothers. Let's see. Oh, I have a candy. Delete page. First candy made was 5 pieces. Maple plus other flavors invented by Elias. Through the Roottrie Candy Company expanded well beyond their original farm. It has been preserved as a tourist attraction. Okay. According to their website, there are still daily demonstration educational tours that show many turn of the century appliances Gwyneth would have used as a housewife in the early 1900s. Housewife to Elias. All right, let's see if that's something I can do. Okay, so this is Gwyneth. This is Elias. Housewife. All right, we got a housewife. I need a picture of Carl Roottrie. And I feel like that shouldn't be hard to get. Carl. Okay. The Roottrees are dead. not to be confused with a similar game called the Roottrees Are Dead, is a video game about a fictional family called the Roottrees and about discovering their lineage after the Roottrees sisters are killed in a plane crash. The game takes place in Butler County, which is a real county in Pennsylvania, but uses fictional elements such as a fake newspaper called the Butler County Times. Creator of the game does not know anyone who lives in Butler County, has never ever been there. Instead, he just randomly picked somewhere on the map near a major metropolitan area that sounded reasonable and hoped not to somehow accidentally offend the people that actually lived there. Periodicals, why not? Carl Roottrees. Carl Roottrees was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987 for his work with Root. The cover and summary of the article have been added to your evidence. Cool. There we go. We got a Carl Roottrees. Grabs life by the roots. Our ongoing coverage of who's in the corporate world. Okay. In 1987. Okay. That's new info. Ooh. Feeling this music right now. Parents. Really married. Carl's wife Brenda was a fashion consultant. When Raina was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother. Oh. Looking for a creative outlet, she spent any free time she had with the sewing machine. Raina's new clothes were a hit with other parents, including Carl's cousin Jim Roottree. Ah, Carl's cousin Jim Roottree. Carl's cousin Jim Roottree. Notable singer. Young daughter around same age as Raina. Carl's generation. Say that. 1982, Brenda's patterns were being copied by other brands. Origins in Brenda sewing clothes for Raina and family. By 1982, Brenda's patterns were being... I shouldn't capitalize that. Patterns were being copied by other brands. Carl and his second cousin Ernie Jr. Okay. I'm gonna title this Carl's Family. Second cousin Ernie Jr. had just become president of Roottrees at the time. In 1982. Blood relatives who have a say in the company's finances refused to find anything other than candy, so Carl personally spent his entire inheritance to bankroll the clothing company. Carl is president, bankrolled by Carl's inheritance when other Roottrees refused to finance endeavor. Exists, once profits appeared, family began to invest, and company now exists under the Roottrees umbrella. Per tradition or perhaps superstition, new clothes always debuted the way the first ones did. Raina became their catalog's cover model. Raina always debuts new clothes as a cover model. How did that happen? As she grew, the product line was expanded to older kids as well. Her younger sisters were then recruited to show off baby clothes. Younger sisters then recruited to show off baby clothes. Okay. Okay, hold on. We just learned something. Watchman of the Year, 1987, for his gamble on Root. There we go. Interesting. Okay, so we just got a lot of info. We got a lot of info. So Carl has a cousin. Carl's family. Okay, so there is a cousin that must be, so this must be Jim, because he has a daughter. Let's just put this here. James Roottree. Yep, musician. Okay. And now he has a second cousin. So this would be like an uncle, right? Grandparent, father, cousin. So second cousin would be somewhere. I don't know if we can make an assumption about whoever. He's notable, so this must be James. I mean, if they know how many family members there are, how hard can it be to untangle the family tree? You know what I mean? Same grandparents, not the same grandparents. Okay. Right? Hold on. Second cousin. Okay, so not the same grandparents. So it wouldn't be someone on this. It has to be someone on one of these. So maybe one of these people. Maybe one of these people. Is Ernie Jr. Let's search up James Roottree. James Roottree is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife Diamond LaRoux. All right. Lead singer of Jim and Diamond, married to Diamond LaRoux. Jim writes majority of the songs, plays guitar, sings, writes songs, plays guitar. Diamond is considered by fans to be this band's lead singer. Okay, he is not the lead singer. Secondary singer, Jim and the Diamond. Okay, band never had another hit. Rolling on down to the city. Hit song, rolling on down to the city. One hit wonder. I'll probably edit some of these. Continue to release music through the 80s and early 90s. Other albums mention Cherry Tree, Sound of Laughter. Jim has become a bit of a recluse, hasn't made a public appearance since 1996. Okay, this is a lot. Okay. Blood relatives only. Yes, that is hard, but we'll be fine. Let's see. Cherry Tree. Okay. An album by Jim and Diamond released in 1989. Sound of Laughter released in 1989. Not successful, middling reviews. Okay. Okay, Diamond, LaRoux, James. Seen in MMM. Only the great grandson of Elias Roottrie could make disco this sweet. Peter Yanovich. Ooh, we can listen to it. Rollin' On Down to the City was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. According to the liner notes, it satirizes how part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East, unless pop culture tricked them into caring. Somewhat ironically, listeners didn't seem to pay attention to the lyrics enough to trick them into caring. Instead, most of its play came from roller discos. Because it was such a product of its time, it doesn't get much play anymore, even on stations that play oldies. Maybe that's why you'd never heard of it. This image is from an auction for a sealed copy. It has a sticker that says, "Only the great-grandson of Elias Roottrie could make disco this sweet." It is credited to Peter Yanovich from MMM. Music and lyrics. Jim Roottree is on the Notable Roottrees. Yep. The guys all rush to say that I'm pretty. Jim Roottree gay question mark. Elias. Okay, I think this is kind of bad. This is kind of bad music. Okay. Oh! Well done! I live for this exclamation point, guys. I locked the following optional entry, White Brenda. Diamond LaRoux. I should have filled that out first to lock that one. What? Is this just other photos that I could have gotten? Amendment is a Modern Music Monthly, a magazine from the 40s to early 80s. Went out of business due to high competition from a much more major... Okay, Modern Music Monthly, Diamond LaRoux. Small section focusing on the young, upcoming talent that Modern Music Monthly predicts will make it big. Say about the LaRoux. The LaRoux sisters got their start doing session work for their great uncle's record label. Remember any songs from 1960 to 65 that feature voices? The Lucky LaRoux. Now that he's passed, they've moved on to bigger and better ventures or going by their full names. Diamond and Jane LaRoux have been touring with some famous faces ever heard of the Roottrees and are looking to release an album sometime in the next year. Youngest Kim is about to step into the prominent role on Broadway, taking over one of the children in Oliver. The Lucky LaRoux indeed. Okay, Lucky LaRoux. Jane Del Vecchio is listed on Talent for Hire site as a wedding singer. Way down the credentials of biography, she got started as a young girl when she was Jane LaRoux of the Lucky LaRoux. Mentions only contact her agent in an event that you actually wish to hire her, and that any and all inquiries about her past or sister would be ignored. Okay. Him LaRoux is the other one I want to search. Hi, Zid. Kim LaRoux. Youngest Kim. Okay, what was the name of the song? Rollin'. Huh. Okay. Bess Williams. We share a last name. I wonder if we're related. Oop. Book is impossible to find. Okay. Huh. 5 pieces. Bad blue raspberry. Blue raspberry maple chocolate? What? Sounds awful. Power plum, strawberry, apple chocolate. Oh, this sounds so weird. 5 pieces were named as such because the original creator had 5 children. Current 5 flavors are not the same as back then. Ugh. There's 11 clues here. What even is an elderberry anyway? Radical new flavors because it's no longer the 1920s. Okay. Do you have 5 kids? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Man, I'm already stumped. This is really scary for me. Let's see. Jane Del Vecchio. Tom for Hire site, wedding singer Lucky LaRoux, Jane LaRoux. Yeah. What was her name? Del Vecchio. Okay, so it was Diamond Del Vecchio. No. Maybe if I just search Del Vecchio. No. Huh. Whoa. Okay, highlighting it just adds stuff. Interesting. Okay. Huh. I'm pretty stumped so far.